Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. So I went back on, I unloaded the phone, I edited some of the audio, I only got like 3 files in, and then I had to get off at like 3:30 to start preparing to go to the tenant meeting. I brought with me the 4 panel comics of Philippe and LaBelle, and I worked through all of them, including the happy 20 chapters. I did that, all that, I worked on all that during the meeting. The meeting was majorly updates from the school, which is why I didn't give two flying fucks. The only thing that we ended up finding out with life coach is back from vacation, so she's going to be here on Thursdays to assist anybody. She's going to have meetings in the evening. Monica says she's a specific woman we've met before, but like I don't feel like it's just the same person, because like one of the random workshops that we had like I think sometime last year, we met this woman who is Chinese, and this woman has a Japanese last name, so I'm concerned. I don't know. Okay, so we got back at 5. I scanned everything that I worked on and I printed it out in light red because, like I said, I don't have any more non-photo blue. We went to bed. I couldn't sleep, so I got back up and I started working on the line art for the happy 20 chapters celebration comic thing. And I don't know how long I worked for. I think I worked until the sun went down. I couldn't see anymore, so I went back to sleep. I woke up at 4. I completed the last 3 audio files. I line arted some of the comics with Philippe and LaBelle, but I didn't get very far in them. I completed the Happy Birthday comic. It has text now. It's perfect. It's up on the template for the chapter 14 extra 2. And I got up at 6 to eat breakfast. I moved Monica's laptop into the bedroom so I can compress my video later, but I didn't do it immediately. We went for a walk to Vaughn's. We got cucumbers and lettuce, and Monica picked up some bread off on the day-old goods. We were looking at all the fizzy water that they had and all the different brands. I didn't know that LaCroix sold coconut flavored fizzy water. I thought that was very interesting. I want to try that. Monica does too. I really want to try the mango though. They have mango. I'm so excited for that. I want to see it. They also had the different brand cans of the different Arrowhead cans too, with different flavors like Target did. So like we're kind of like on the fence on where we want to get our cans from, because like we have a membership with Vaughn's, but we also feel like Target sometimes is a cheaper, better deal. So I don't really know. I guess we could also check Northgate too, because sometimes Northgate has certain things that are cheaper. I'm not really sure. Alrighty, so I got back at 9. I set my video to compress. I got caught up with podcasts while I was line arting the Philippe and LaBelle comics. I managed to get 2 of them done. It took me a while to do the last one though. I ended up finding this old private blog that I have because I was logged in on Monica's computer, and Monica uses that account where I have a private blog on it. And I flipped through and I haven't seen this thing in ages. I think like the last time I posted it was like between 2015 and 2016. I don't really remember. All I know is that I ended up reading through it, and I was surprised by my reaction to certain things that happened, and I was like, I barely remember feeling this way, and I haven't felt this way in a long time. One of the thing that I always feel after a long time of not reading anything that I wrote is that I'm often impressed by how I describe things, and I never understand how I managed to do it like that. And it's not just like from a few years ago. Even like recently, I get surprised at how I describe things. Like I flipped through my old journals. I guess I just need to accept that like when I'm in the thick of it, I don't think about how I'm describing things. I just write, you know. But then when I go back, I go, oh, I don't remember feeling this way. I feel so distanced by it. In the process, I ended up finding a list of all my favorite characters from the summer. I think it was either the spring or the summer season of that year for anime. And I really liked how I described them, because like I kept lumping them in together and trying to like describe them as generally as possible. Like what are the basic things about these two characters that they have in common? I can describe it, and so it sounds like one person. I do that a lot as a writing exercise, but I love doing it because it's like it really hones in on what I liked about them in general. So yeah, I ended up writing some of the things down that I wrote, and I'm thinking about applying that a little bit to the profiles. that I'm stuck on. So like one description I thought fit Byron perfectly. I'm like, oh, this is exactly like him. Alrighty, so we ended up eating lunch. I had 3 pages to liner, and I still had that one final page to do. So after lunch, I finished that one final page. I got up and I scanned all the comics. I edited them so that way Monica could call them in. I gave them to her with the Happy 20 Chapters comic, and then I took the Fauna and Agnes comics from her. I uploaded my video. I colored through the Fauna and Agnes comics while I was just like pounding out through my my watch later list on YouTube, because I have like this endless watch later list. I've been just building up stuff, but I haven't really had a chance to watch anything because I'm so busy like focusing on all this other stuff. So yeah, when I was done with coloring in the girls' basic, the hair, the eyes, the clothes, and the skin, I stopped. So I still need to do the environment. I haven't worked on it yet. I got off at 2:18. I am really tired right now. So now I'm recording. Okay, tomorrow money comes in. I'm still nervous because like I don't know about the state of my my card. My bank card, because like it's out there somewhere. Like they said they sent it on the 28th, so the 28th was, I believe, Tuesday. So that means that yesterday, Wednesday, was technically the first business day it's moving, and today is the second business day it's moving. The email I got said I had to wait between 4 to 6 days, but when I checked at my actual bank online banking alerts, it said to me 5 to 7. So I was like, are you fucking kidding me? At this rate, I feel like if it doesn't show up on time, I'm actually considering going straight to the tellers, the actual physical person, and like asking them if I can make a deposit into my account, because like I'm like, oh, fucking, I don't want to end up in a situation with the rent and the water company. I hope things work out, because like I don't want to wait until like the 5th or the 6th or the 7th of next week, because that's typically when my the people who own the building here actually cash in our checks. So I have to actually go check to see how long it takes them to do that, because like they don't do it right away. They always like wait like at least a week to make sure they got everybody's money first. So like I don't have to look into that, but I don't know if the bank will take a direct deposit without my card in person. Maybe they'll understand. I don't know. I find it really frustrating because I need the money in there. Okay. Alrighty then. Is there anything else I need to do? I just want to finish all the comics. All the comics. I want to finish them all. By the end of the week. I only have 2 days left of this vacation. It's Friday and Saturday. Saturday I need to start working on the drafts for chapter 34. I have not done anything for the scripts. I just had to push the scripts back to next week. And oh god, what else am I concerned about? There are a bunch of today I learned I'm supposed to type like 6 of them, and as soon as I can get all those pounded out, then I would have completed 3 whole chapters, but they're in the middle, and then like half chapters for certain chapters. So and that'll make it easier to knock out 14 and 15, and then 16, 17, 18. So I'll be able to get through like, oh man, I don't really know what days those are for the month of December. Hold on, let me see. 14 to 17 will get me out of December. 18 will get me to the beginning of January. And if I can get through all of September, or at least the first 2 weeks of September, or maybe the last 2 weeks of September, depending on what I end up doing, I'll be able to just like go on with my life. Oh god. But yeah, mostly I'm the one extra I'm trying to knock out like right now is before the end of the week is 17. And I believe that 17 is in tandem with one of the I think it's one of the Agnes and Fauna comics. So if it is, then I can get through that really quickly. But other than that, I don't know. I'm just so frustrated by this. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So the first thing I did was check the mail to see if my card had showed up. It didn't, of course, so I figured, alright, I'm gonna have to go in person to the teller and ask if I could deposit, so that way I could pay the rent on the 1st. And thankfully that's not how things turned out, but that's jumping ahead. Okay, so I ended up going back on the computer at like 6 p.m. I completed Fauna and Agnes's extras, and in the process I knocked out the second extra for chapter 17. So chapter 17, out of all of the chapters beyond chapter 13 for volume 2, chapter 17 is ready. So I'm excited for that. I ended up getting off at 8. I went to bed and I woke up at about like I think it was 3:30. I'm not 100% sure. I started working on Philippe and LaBelle's extras, and I got the hair, the skin, and the outfits done at like 6 just in time for breakfast. Today's payday, so after breakfast we walked out of the bank. We exchanged our money, and then we hit CVS to see if they had Monica's soap on sale, because like the first time we got her soap it was on a sale and they didn't have one, so we just skipped them. After that we raided Vaughn's, and the number one thing we were looking forward to trying is the coconut LaCroix and the cherry bubbly, which are both fizzy water basically. And when we got home, oh my god, the coconut LaCroix is so good. I literally, drinking it makes me feel like I went somewhere. I can't even wrap my head around that. It's just amazing. And the bubbly is owned by I think it's owned by the Coke company, or was it owned by Pepsi? I can't remember. It was one of those two. It's owned by one of them. So the cherry pretty much tastes like the cherry you taste in the cherry Coke. I think it's the Coke company. It has to be the Coke company. So like, oh my god, it's just. I was wondering about bubbly. I didn't realize that bubbly was one of their products, because it just looks like an off-brand. The way it looks, it just looks like an off-brand. I don't know, but we're really looking forward to seeing other bubblies. Specifically, we want to see the orange bubbly and see if it tastes better than the Arrowhead orange. We also want to see, or I want to see the mango LaCroix. So what happened after that? Okay, so we worked on the comics until like 9:30. I got the backgrounds done. I was in the process of adding the graphics. Did not finish them yet. I got caught up fixing my banking information with the water company, because they sent me an email saying that they were going to deduct money on the 2nd, and I just needed to make sure that they had the right routing number. I could not remember if I had given them the routing number for my account or if I had given them the card number, because the card number's changed like twice already now. So yeah, I updated my bank information. It's probably the same information. I just did to ease my mind. So yeah, after that, at 9:30, we decided to leave for Five Below because there were some things we wanted to get. At Five Below, we picked up the mint colored headphones. We also picked up the last 2 of this type of journal that we saw. There was another one, but I think it was like purple and gray, I think. I don't remember what the colors were. All I know is that they don't have it anymore. After that, we also picked up one of the sketchbooks. They had a bunch of sketchbooks. There's like a shiny sketchbook, a black sketchbook, a shocking gold sketchbook, and then there's this marble one. So I picked up the marble one. I don't need it. I have 2 sketchbooks, a huge one and a middle-sized one, and I don't really know if I'm ever going to use them. All I know is that I just like the books. I'm probably going to use them at some point. I need to decide on what I'm going to use them for. What else is there? Oh, what else do we get besides that? Monica got a coloring book, just for the hell of it, because sometimes she doesn't have anything to draw to color in. And what else is there? I think that's virtually everything we got. I don't remember getting anything else besides those. I want to get another ESO, what's it called? Little hand squishy ball. It's ESOFlex. I want to get another ESOFlex because the one I have right now is worn, and it has a hole. The first layer has a hole in it, and it's only a matter of time until the second layer gets a hole in it too. So like I think I might have to replace this eventually. But yeah, after that we hit Target. At Target we just got, I think we only got like one thing, or did we get two things? I think we got one thing. I don't remember getting anything else. We got the more of the oh, what was it called? No, actually we got two things. Actually, I think we got a couple of things. We got the macaroni, the goat cheese macaroni, and then we got two of the U-locks for our bikes. And these U-locks is made by the same company who made our cable lock, and it comes with a cable extension attachment. So as you're supposed to like weave that through your tires, so people don't try to steal your tires. And we decided to leave off the cable extensions and just use the U-locks themselves. And so in order to tell apart the U-lock key from our cable lock key, we had to put like ribbon on one or both of the keys to make sure that we can tell them apart. So my old key has a like a Varf green ribbon on it, and then my new key has a brown ribbon on it. That's all I had. And then I had a nice pink ribbon, and she's using that one. So that's that. Ugh. Okay, so what happened after that? After where we hit Northgate, we picked up water, and then the first thing we did when we got home was we checked the mail, and you'll never believe it. My card was in the mail. It was actually in the mail. Oh my god. I was freaking my ass off. Okay, so what else happened? When I got home, I had a headache. I'm not really sure if I got a headache because of a specific thing that I ate or drank. Because I'm worried that I got the headache because of the LaCroix. Because that's the only thing I felt like was the most unusual thing I had during that time. But other than that, I somehow managed to bounce back from the headache. I think it might have actually been like a little bit of a heat stroke, because like we had walked in the heat all the way from Northgate home, and that's when I was really feeling it. Okay, so we ate lunch and then we left for the bank again, on this time on bicycle, and I added the money that I needed to add for the rent. After that, we hit the Target on Euclid, because our Target over here is an express Target. They don't have everything, especially not Monica's shampoo. So we had to go all the way down to the Target on Euclid. We got her shampoo. We picked up a new wallet for me, because like I don't trust this new wallet anymore, because it's one of those pin wallets where you just pin it shut, and so far I have lost 2 cards with it. I lost Monica's, but we were able to find it, and then I lost mine, and I have no idea where it is now. So I got a zipper wallet. I ended up getting this huge chunky one. I don't know how it's gonna do for me because it's huge. Oh god. I guess I'll never have to worry if it's in my pocket, because I can feel it's huge. Okay, so, and then the last thing we got was an impulse buy, was a llama plush toy, and oh my god, he's so cute. He was one of those like, oh my god, you must buy me, I am adorable. I'm just like, I can't keep buying like random plushies. I mean, it's bad that we got these random dragons. Oh god. Alright, so, right now he's hanging out on Monica's side of the room. But my story's not done yet. Okay, so after we hit Target, we hit Walmart. I got more ink for my printer, and then we got chicken and fish. And when I checked the wallets over there, they had the holographic wallet that's the same style as my last wallet. And I just looked at it and I'm like, no, I'm tired of losing stuff, because it's bad enough I lost Monica's card, and then I lost my card and I had to replace my card, and this was so scary. So I'm like, I'm just gonna deal with mine. Okay, so we got home at 3. I completed Philippe and LaBelle's comics, and I got off at 6, and I am so tired right now. It is between 6 and 7. I am not really sure. It took me a while to record this. Okay, so what am I doing now? Tomorrow rent is due. When I was just telling Monica I wanted to send the rent check before we go to bed. So we're most likely going to go to bed now. Tomorrow I have to start the draft for chapter 34, so I'm thinking about just drawing all day. My other idea is to work on the Today I Learns, at least as many of them as I possibly can. Like, I really want to get up to chapter 18, then it won't take me too long to catch up 14 to 18. That's about like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's about like 5 chapters worth of content I want to get done before the end of September. But mostly want to get that done before the first week of September, before the actual series starts running. I don't know if I'll be able to do it because I'm going to be wearing a lot of hats during that time, but I feel like because of this long vacation, I feel like extra motivated now. Is there anything else? What else is there? I don't know if we need to go anywhere tomorrow. I don't think so. I mean, there are things that we said we wanted to go back to Office Depot and whatnot to get, but I also feel like they're not that important. Is there anything else? No, I think that's virtually. I really can't think of anything else. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Saturday, the last day of my vacation, and the first day of September. Okay, so I don't think there's any point in going back to Friday because the last thing I did was just turn the rent. So, I started off this morning by waking up at 3:30. The first thing I did was attempt to cancel the water bill check that I made because I didn't know if the company was going to be able to do a draw from my account, so I sent them a check. I couldn't cancel it, so I guess I'm paying for this twice. It really just depends. All I know is that they're gonna have to either cancel the check themselves or send me back the money later. I don't know, or take it as payment for the next thing. I don't know. Alrighty, so I spent the majority of the morning working on the Weebly. I was typing out the characters' profiles. All I have left are Byron, Agnes, and Philippe. The profiles sort of fill in the blanks of places that I left off. This is very similar to the profiles in the first one. Fill in the blank of places that I wasn't able to touch up on. Like, for example, Fauna and her father. I did not get the opportunity to insert as much about Fauna and her father in the first half of the story as I was hoping to, and most of that got cut out. So I ended up just briefly summarizing what she herself summarizes in chapter 31, I think. That's when she talks about it. Other than that, like I said, I only have Byron, Agnes, and Philippe left to do. And then I've caught everybody up. I don't know if I should bump up Dominique's profile a little higher. I feel like technically she doesn't need to be any, and her profile doesn't need to be any higher in the cast list because she's one of the major antagonists. Spoiler. So I feel like it's fine if she just stays in the same spot that Violet more or less was, towards the bottom. So, but then she has the entire Hurricane Brigade standing in between her and yeah, I don't know if I should leave everybody in there. I kind of feel like I should cut the entire Hurricane Brigade out of the cast list, honestly. But at the same time, I feel like it's kind of important for fans to know what state they're in. And I don't see actually giving them like full character pages once they get introduced. I figured it makes more sense to just give them like a profile strip and that's it. I don't know. It really just depends because like what's her name? Claire? I don't believe Claire got a full page. At least I don't remember Claire ever getting a full page. So maybe they'll be less like Claire in that sense that she didn't get a full character page, but she at least gets the profile strip. She's considered one of the major antagonists. Alrighty, so I got off at 6. We ate breakfast and then we left for Fullerton. And the first thing I did was slip on my bicycle. I was trying to transfer from the road to the pavement, and the pavement itself was wet from I don't know, sprinklers or something, and my bike couldn't turn on time. It didn't have enough traction and it slipped. So I hurt my a little corner of my palm on my right hand. My knee is scraped. I hurt my palm, the inner part of my palm on my left hand, but it's not as bad as on my right hand. It just is a couple of little nicks here and there. And then on my right elbow is a rug burn, and it's kind of sweaty. You know, it's not red, it's just sweaty. So maybe sweaty is not the word. Leaky? You know what I mean. It's leaking. It's not bleeding, but it's producing, like, I don't know, pus. I don't know what to call it. When I picked up my bike, I couldn't move it, and Monica pointed out to me that the brake on my right side of the bike had gotten shoved in underneath my wheel. And it took us like a good 10 minutes to figure out how to fix it. First, we tried putting the bike down its side and trying to kick it back into place. And then I grabbed my new U-lock and I was trying to push against it from the inside. But then we got this idea of trying the other way by using the U-lock as a wrench to pull it outward from the other side, and that worked like a charm. My bike could move again. So we decided to continue our journey to Fullerton. We arrived at the Aspect again, and we ended up locking up. We walked all the way across the Orange Fair Plaza to the Metro Plaza or Metro Center. Is that what it's called? I can't remember. It's something about Metro something. And Metro Point? No, I don't think so. Okay, well we went to the plaza next door, and on the way there we found a card on the floor. At least Monica noticed it, and she picked it up, and it was a Costco membership. It's one of the I think it's $160 or $120. I think it's $120 for this exclusive membership. It belonged to a man, but the print on the back was so scraped that we couldn't even read his name. We could barely see his face on the picture. So it seems that my guess is that this card it's either lost or it was abandoned because the membership is probably expired. That's my guess. I don't really know, but it gave us an opportunity to go a chance to actually go see Costco over here, because the Costco's always been across the street, and we wanted to go check in on it. But it's always seemed like you have to have a membership in order to get in. Monica's been able to get in without a membership though, so I don't really know. Okay, so we hit Target first because, obviously it was really too early in the morning and no way Costco was going to be open. I figured it was about like 8 at the time, so Target had just barely opened. We browsed around. The only thing that we ended up buying from there was what was it? We got new water bottles because our old water bottles are going bad. Water bottles don't last very long. So we got this, I think it's called Smart Water, and in the inside is a cute picture of a fish. And the fish always has some type of like cute thing to say. But they only had two catchphrases for the fish when we read them, and like it upset me because I wanted a funnier catchphrase. They only had 2. Ugh. There was put your big gill pants on, and then if you're thirsty, let me know, as in minnow fish. It's dumb. It's a pun. Okay, so after that we left and went to Office Depot. We wandered around. There wasn't anything I wanted to get there though. I was looking at some of the different colored paper that people print on and all the sizes and whatnot. I wonder how a manga or a comic would look on cream paper. That's always been my wonder. I wonder if it gives it a rustic look. I don't know. Whatever. So I wandered around, looked at stuff like that, and then we decided not to get anything in the end because we didn't want to go back and get some things. But like once we were there, we just didn't feel like getting anything. So after that, we hit Michael's. Yeah, I think we hit Michael's after that. Okay, so after that, we hit Michael's. I could not find any accessories for my new wallet from Michael's. All the accessories sucked. The closest accessory that would match my wallet was this gaudy looking cat thing, and I didn't want it. So I passed up on everything. I was trying to find something I could use to put in the inner part, because I used this cable that Monica had, and it was too long, and it was just making my stuff flop all over the place, and it didn't feel comfortable with it, which is why I want something new. And I saw the wire, and I was tempted to get the wire, but then I thought, no, I don't want to spend this much money on wire. In the end, Monica got another Pilot friction pen. She got the it's like a melon peach kind of color, and then I got this Sharpie brush pen that I found it randomly. I picked it up and I was messing with it, but then I was trying to put it back and I couldn't figure out where I got it from, so I just bought it. And that was virtually all that we got. We did look around. We found this one book that we wanted, but it was $10, and we were like, no, I don't want to blow $10 on this. Okay, so after that we headed to Taco Bell. We got chalupas, and then we went from Taco Bell to Costco, and we wandered around. She specifically wanted to see the nuts. It took us a while to find the almonds in the walnut bags. And while we were there, it seemed like a lot of the stuff that Mom and Dad used to buy, they don't sell it anymore, which surprised me. I figured it was limited time they were running those items. The school supply section was already gone. All they had was the Halloween stuff up, which upset me because I was hoping to get the tail end of that, and it's too late. Some of the Halloween stuff they had was creepy. They had this weird motion censored vampire thing that talks to you, and it looks way too realistic for me. I was like, no, thank you. We did find they had like this big, huge economy size serving of Pocky, and those pandas, little crunchy pandas. I forgot what that's called. But yeah, this the Japanese panda thing by we get the point. And what else is there besides the pandas that we saw? We also saw the frozen fruit pieces that they usually sell, and they're so much cheaper than the frozen fruit that's over here at Vaughn's. It makes me so angry.
So like there's a lot of stuff I wish we can get. I feel like we could probably save a lot of money on groceries just shopping there because everything is cheaper. The membership you only have to pay once. So like I don't know. It makes me mad that we can't get anything. So we just wandered around. In the end, by the time we were done wandering around, Monica told me that she was not interested in getting a membership anymore. Or at least she couldn't justify it. And so I wanted to turn in the guy's card because we didn't have a need for it. But she ended up telling me that she wanted to keep it. So I'm like, okay, fine. I guess if you want to visit and just look around and wander around for fun for Christmas, we can. But there's no way we can buy anything. It's impossible. After Costco, we went to Dollar Tree. And at Dollar Tree, we got tissues. And then I realized that Dollar Tree had cheaper wire over there. So I ended up buying some wire from them. And then we got home. In total, I managed to find 12 pennies throughout the entire day because like the street that we were crossing in front of our home had 5 pennies and it made up for the majority of the pennies that we found. That was crazy. I can't believe how many pennies I actually collected today. Aside from that, I found most of the pennies in this one neighborhood, shockingly. It was a neighborhood in which I fell, so yeah. I wonder if there's anything else I could have found. Plus the dime that we already had, so we have 22 cents now. Surprised me how much change we can find, especially between the summer and the winter, because most people don't really want to be out during the winter. Okay, so let's see. We got home at like I think it was 11:30. I wanted to treat my wounds, but then I remember we're gonna take a shower today, so I asked Monica if she wanted to take a shower first. So we did. I'm done. I took a shower. I'm recording now, and now I need to apply the alcohol and the Neosporin and whatnot. I have to go get the Neosporin first. I've just been waiting for my body to dry because there's no point in putting stuff on myself if it's just gonna be, if it's just gonna be wet and it's not gonna stick. So once I'm done over here, I'm most likely gonna go back to either working on the Weebly because the links are gonna go live tomorrow on my Tumblr. I need to unhide. I unhid the Pinterest boards. I need to unhide the what was it called? The Smack Jeeves because it's gonna go live soon. What else do I need to do besides that? Oh, I can't think of anything else that needs to be done besides that. Is there anything else? And then I was hoping to work on the Today I Learned, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do those. I might have to start working on them during the week. I also wrote down that I was gonna start working on the draft for chapter 34. I'm gonna try to, even though I'm injured. So far I didn't have any trouble writing in my journal with an injured hand, so I think I should be fine. Monica needs to finish working on the Happy 20 Chapters thing. I told you that's not a priority. That's not a big priority for me at the moment. I'm mostly just worried about getting into the chapters. So that's as much as I could think of. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one.
Alrighty, it is Sunday, but I have to go back to Saturday really quick. I spent the rest of the afternoon completing the characters' profiles. Monica finished the Happy 20 Chapters comic coloring, and then we got off at 3. I was exhausted, but I started working on the drafts for chapter 34. We're switching over to a 2-page a day thing, so I did, even though I drew out 3 pages, it only took 2 pages to the scanner. I stopped in the middle of page 4 because of my the little scratch, not really a scratch, it's a big huge missing piece of flesh on my palm started bleeding all over the paper, even though I had a band-aid on, so I had to switch to a new bandage, and Monica helped me apply it because like the first bandage I put on myself, and like I didn't put it on very well. So she had to help me put it on a different angle, and it worked better. Updated my journals and planners. I tried to go to sleep, but I couldn't. I went back on at 7. I worked on the drafts. I line arted them, and I completed them perfectly assembled by 9 p.m. I went back to bed. Okay, so I was really happy. I thought I was getting ahead, but it turned out to be for nothing in the end. Okay, so I woke up at 4. I resumed work on page 1. I ended up filling it in. I got everything filled in except for Fauna's outfits, but I had to stop at 6:30 to eat breakfast. And then after breakfast, Monica went on. She started coloring in page 2 incorrectly, which frustrated me because the characters are still in a dark room. And she went and she detailedly colored in every single one of and like she wasted all the time. It just makes me so upset because I could have gotten done earlier. Okay, so I updated my journals and planners. I went back on at 8. I finished page 1, And as soon as I was done, instead of putting the text in the and the graphics on page 1, I ended up working on the characters galleries. I stopped at the Hurricane Brigade gallery because I just couldn't think of very much to write on their galleries. Just nothing was coming to mind, so I stopped there. I have that and the about page I need to work on. We ended up stopping. We ate lunch at like about 10:30. I got off at 11, and then we hit Vaughn's to go pick up some more stuff. And then we got back. We got back from getting groceries. We rested until like I'm gonna say it was like 12:30. I actually technically it was almost 1 because like I overslept a little bit. I got up at like 12:40, and I looked at page 2 because I was just about to start page 2, and that's when I realized it was colored in wrong. And the first thing I was thinking was, why did it take her so long to finish this page? It shouldn't have taken her this long. And I was wondering if there was no point in trying to do just 2 pages a day because we're still gonna finish late in the day, and it made me so angry. But then I realized she colored it in wrong. I kicked her out of bed and made her redo the page, and then I worked on page 1. And she finished the page just a few minutes after I started putting the text on page 1. So page 1 is done. I'm still going through page 2. It's like 3 right now. I stopped because I realized I forgot to record. So I'm recording now. I have to get back on and finish page 2. It makes me so mad because it's like I said, it's almost 3. And like, the point of doing 2 pages a day was so that we could have more time to do things and get the pages done faster. I mean, I'm happy I got the official site work done, but I don't want this to be happening for the rest of the week because I need to go back to working on the extras. And I also need to figure out how to squeeze in the script for chapter 37. So I'm just like, I'm trying not to be mad right now. So I'm almost done doing the basic shading for everything, and then I'm going to switch to adding the graphics. And then my sleeping schedule is different now, so that I instead of just laying awake at night, I force myself to get up as soon as I feel like I'm just laying there overthinking. So typically, even though I get off at like around like say like 3 or 4, I end up getting back up at like about like say 7 or 8ish, and I try to keep working. So if I don't finish everything now, I'll definitely finish everything later. So I'm just so angry. As for my injuries, the scar on my elbow is scabbed over. The scar on my palm here technically also has scabbed over, but it still feels exposed, so I'm just leaving it. And then my knee is still not scabbed yet, and it still hurts. I put alcohol on it; it burns like a bitch, man. Oh my god. So I'm concerned about that. It'll hopefully scab by the end of the week, if not sooner. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. Alright, so I ended up completing and loading pages 1 and 2. I got off at about like 3:30. I updated my journals and planners. I prepared the next pages. I tried to sleep, but I couldn't, so I ended up doing some light writing, and I managed to finish off one of my my ink pens I was trying to kill. I threw that away. And then I tried to sleep again, but I couldn't sleep, so I got up at 7:30. I worked on the pages until 9:30, but I got sidetracked trying to print my own calendar and make it myself and print it. I did this twice, and they both came out bad. So like I wasted my time and I wasted ink. Alright, so I managed to finish 1 page, and for the other page I had like 1 panel left over, and I hadn't done the background for it yet. So I decided to just go back to sleep. Before I went to bed, I found a whole big ass antline going through the bathroom. For some reason, I couldn't tell where they were going, as in from the sink up to the door frame, and I just couldn't figure out where the hell they were going or what they had found. But they ended up going away after a while. I don't know if they're going to come back again tonight, because they have a tendency to only come around when they feel like it's absolutely safe. So I have no idea. Alrighty, so I woke up at 3:30. I completed the pages. I assembled them and passed them off to Monica. I also attempted to print another calendar, but I failed again. And then I also ended up proofreading through, as soon as I was done, I proofread through chapter 14. and I fixed a few things, and I also decided finally what I want to do with the extras for that. So I decided to draw like three column illustrations for it. So I spent all day working on that. In fact, I'm still working on it. I have to finish line arting Fouillard and Philippe, but I haven't done that yet. So got off at like 6, ate breakfast. We split up for the day. Monica went to color. I relaxed until 8. I went back to work on the chapter 14 extras. I completed page 3, and then I got off at 9:30. I think we just rested for a bit. Monica made lunch at 10:30. I went back on and we watched a few things on YouTube, and then I got off again. I started line arting the chapter 14 extras. I stopped at like 12:30, and then I crashed and I woke up at 1 o'clock. I worked on page 2, and then that pretty much leads me to right now. It's almost 2:30. We want to go out and hit Target right now. What I'm hoping to do later is to finish the lineup for the chapter 14 extras and set those up for Monica to do. I need to put the text on pages 3 and 4 and load them. Oh, what else do I need to do? And I think that's virtually everything I had planned. I wanted to do the script for chapter 37, but I haven't had a chance to do that either. Tomorrow's the last recording, so I have to start focusing on working on the audios. I'll probably be doing audio at the same time I'm going to be doing the coloring. And this time Monica actually colored in the pages correctly, so it only took her like about an hour or two to get them done. I'm glad that it's becoming much faster to get through the pages unlike beforehand. So, yeah, I think we're probably going to stay with the whole 2-page a day thing. It gives me more time to set the pages off to the side and focus on something else. Alright, is there anything else? Labor Day is today, so I don't expect everything to stay open for very long. We should probably hurry. Alright, then that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Tuesday, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. So, we attempted to leave for Target only to find that Monica's front tire was popped. I have no idea how that happened. So we decided to walk to Target instead. We went crazy and we got a crap ton of fizzy drinks. Specifically, we got I know we got 3 LaCroix. I think it was she wanted to try the passion fruit and the apricot, and what was the other one? Oh, it was like a peach pear or something like that. And then we already agreed that we want to try the bubbly orange. I saw the bubbly mango. Originally I wanted to try the LaCroix mango, but I ended up trying bubbly mango instead. And then there was the bubbly strawberry. So we got those 6, and then we also picked up pizza to celebrate the launch of the new comic. I'm like so back and forth about this. Part of me feels like, okay, finally it's gonna run. But a part of me also feels like there's this sensation of just dread, because then I'm going to have to be running against my own buffer. Yes, it's only going up 1 week at a time, but in order for me to feel really comfortable, I would have to be pounding out extras at the speed I'm pounding out chapters, which is not what's going on specifically. We originally wanted to go to Golden Corral to celebrate the launch, but Golden Corral's really expensive. I know it's apparently better than Hometown Buffet, but like I don't want to have to spend so much money at a restaurant. So we decided to get pizza instead. Got back at 4. I finished and I loaded pages 3 and 4. And then I finished line art in chapter 14 extras, and I put those on the scanner. And then I tried to go to sleep. Think I was semi-successful. I woke up at 1 a.m. and I worked on pages 5 and 6 until 4 a.m. I only managed to finish like 1 page, and then I had like half of the second page done. I mostly just need to work on the backgrounds. I had all the characters line arted, but by the time I got to the backgrounds, I was just so tired I didn't want to work on it. So I didn't end up finishing it until about like 6 in the morning, because like I woke up at 6, a few minutes before 6 technically. I completed and I assembled the pages. By 6:30 we ate breakfast, and I didn't get off the computer, so I was eating breakfast at the computer, and that's when I finished working on organizing the chapter 14 extras, so they're edited and ready for Monica to color. I started coloring in half of it. I did certain characters' faces. I placed on where the skin goes. Fouillard is the only one who's wearing like a definite outfit. Everyone's wearing random colors, so I don't know what Monica's gonna do with the color schemes for everybody. trying to remember what I chose for Philippe. I think it was like orange and yellow. It was the color scheme of that sweater and scarf that he wore a couple of times. After I finished messing around with the chapter 14 extras, I stopped and I proofread through chapter 15 just to get some ideas for the extras. I was like typing out all these different points that were made in the chapter, trying to figure out what to hone in on, because like the smallest point in that chapter is they talk about the Hurricane Brigade, and they also talk about a little bit about Fouillard's relationship with Dominique, and they also talk about Agnes. I feel like Agnes is probably the most important point in there, so I felt like the Today I Learned section should probably talk a little bit more about Agnes as a just to put a nail in what we need to focus on for the next chapter. I can't think of anything else I could possibly like hone in on. The next question is the Hurricane Brigade, because they're mentioned so briefly. I don't know. Alrighty, I'll figure it out when I have to type out text for the extras. So I got off. I assumed it was 7. It probably wasn't. I have no idea. All I know is that I got off and I was trying to figure out for like, oh my god, it was like 2 hours. I was just trying so hard to figure out what to do for the first section for chapter 15. So I was like drawing all these different thumbnails. I'm like, okay, so the major point in this was Fauna was talking about how Tombo ruined their Fouillard and Philippe's marriage. So I ended up drawing all these different things. I remember this one sketch I did during one of the last tenant meetings, not this last one, of the last one, like the one for July. I drew all these thumbnail sketches of certain extras. I went through with one of them. That's the chapter 14 one. But when I look at the one I was attending for possibly chapter 15, it just didn't fit for what I didn't encompass everything that was brought up in the chapter. So I ended up like trying, and I eventually came up with this one sketch. Problem is that I drew this specific thumbnail sketch in one of my sketchbooks. All the other thumbnails I did were outside of my sketchbooks. So I was just drawing everything and anything, and like I eventually got what I was hoping for, and I love it. It looks perfect. It's exactly what I was expecting for this chapter. So yeah, I'm just like, I printed it out. I scanned it and I printed it out. I went back on at like, I think it was like almost 10 o'clock. It was like a little bit before 10 o'clock. I went back on, and I'm gonna say like 9:30. That's a guess. I'm not really sure. I scanned and I printed it out, and then I started to fill in, or started to I started doing the shading for pages 5 and 6. I stopped after a point. I think I stopped at like 10:30 because we were gonna eat lunch, and then I asked Monica if she was gonna go to the bicycle guy, because like her front tire. So I told her I have like $86 for her to spend on the repairs. So she went to go do that right now. She left at like almost 11, I think it was, because like it took a while for us to clean up after lunch. So she's off doing that. I told her that if it's not too expensive, to go get one of the jackets that we saw at Target. We saw a jacket at Target that we liked. There was 2 jackets. There was a green one and a purple one. And the type of jacket this is most commonly can be found green. And she wanted the green one, but I told her that we can get a green jacket like this one anywhere. It's the purple one we should get, because like it's so much harder to find a purple jacket in that style. I mean, we've owned several green jackets in that style, so I can get her anyone like that one at any time, honestly. Okay, so I don't know if she's gonna go through with it though. But what else is there? In between lunch and her leaving, I did start working on the chapter 15 extra. So far I got LaBelle himself done, and I've been trying to draw certain things with my left hand, my non-dominant hand, because I want it to look a little like jaggedy and organic. But other than that, I'm drawing broken glass, and I'm trying to figure out the best method of like making it look. Other than that, I'm mostly just trying to get him done, because I don't want him to run into the other characters yeah, it's just the first draft though. I don't have to worry about it too much. I was hoping to do something with the Hurricane Brigade for these extras, but I feel like I just don't have it at the moment. I figure after a while of constantly mentioning them, maybe, I don't know. Other than that, yeah, where am I right now? So after she left, I think I went on at like 11:30. I don't remember. And I finished page 6. I shaded them. The issue is I haven't added the graphics yet. Right now it is, what time is it?
It's 12. I think it's almost 1. I'm not sure. Um, what do I need to do going forward? We need to take a shower because, like, it's Tuesday. And we do that. And then I need to unload this phone. I need to edit the audio. So I don't know if I can edit audio and add text to the pages at the same time. I at least want to do at least 3 audio files today. So, I don't know. I'm a little back and forth on it. So this is my plan. I want to get like all the extras done rapid fire throughout this week. So far I've been doing well. I managed to do 14 and 15. I don't need to do anything extra for 16 and 17. I just need to type out for the Today I Learns, and if I can just think of something for the chapter 15 Today I Learns, I can go through with 16 and 17 and 18, and once I get these 2 extras done for 14 and 15, then I can load from 14 to 18, and then I can finally stop worrying. Because all I need is up to 17 to get out of December, and then I'm officially out of 2018, and I don't have to worry about it as hard as I was before. But then I have to start like concentrating on getting through 19 to 19 to, I'm gonna say 25. I was a guess though. 19 to 25. I do have some things ready for that already that I haven't actually developed yet. It's some pinups that are going to be in between chapters, but they're not going to be in chapters for a while though. They're like in the smack middle of the arc. So if I can just get the extras to where I am now, which is I'm probably going to be moving faster than I was previously. I don't know. I'm really on the fence about it. I just need to like focus on what I have right now and then do the scripts for chapter 37 and 38. I want to have those done before this month ends because I need to work on those like at the beginning of next month. I'm considering taking the last week of this month off, and then focusing on whatever I've fallen behind on. Oh, well, it seems like Monica's home. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one.